Hello. Before we go any further, I need to ask you something vital. What defense mechanisms are you using to protect your mind? You shield your smartphone screen. You secure your front door with heavy-duty locks. You safeguard your financial assets in a vault. But what about the single piece of hardware that governs your entire destiny, your brain? Most people never stop to consider mental training. They accept the symptoms of a weakening mind, constant forgetfulness, the inability to focus for more than a minute, the mental exhaustion, and dismiss it as just stress or getting older. That laughter you hear is a lie. This is not normal. This is not harmless. This is the quiet erosion of your core power. This is cognitive drift. Your memory is getting softer. Your focus is scattering. Your mental resilience is slowly deteriorating. And the cause is simple. No practice, no intention, no armor. You rely on this magnificent organ every hour of every day to earn, to love, to decide, to create. But how much time do you dedicate to its care? Be honest. For most, the answer is zero. Listen closely. Your memory is not a fixed attribute. It is a muscle, and like any muscle, if you refuse to challenge it, it will atrophy. It will shrink. It will eventually betray you. If you are determined to be sharp, focused, confident, and in absolute command of your thoughts, you must commit to mental exercise. You don't start next Monday. You don't wait for a feeling of readiness. You start now. You don't need expensive gadgets or complex, pseudo-scientific hacks. You just need a routine of simple, high-impact, daily drills. This isn't about collecting information. This is about reclaiming your mental sovereignty. It's about building a fortress of a mind that retrieves data faster, thinks clearer, and ensures you trust your own intelligence again. Because, in the 21st century, your brain is under constant siege. Digital distraction shatters your attention span. Multitasking dissolves your focus. Constant stimulation assassinates your ability to retain data. Notifications, noise, endless scrolling, they are all designed to dismantle the very foundation of your success. But we are fighting back. If you commit to following and doing the exercises in this video, you will feel a resurgence of mental clarity, power, and control. Your memory will crystallize. Your focus will lock in. Your mind will become lighter, faster, and stronger. This is not motivation. This is training. This is a deliberate campaign for your brain. First, solidify your commitment to this transformation. Hit that like button right now. Let's begin your upgrade. 10 brain exercises for mental power exercise. 1. The story chain. What it is. This is the ultimate method for increasing recall speed and capacity. It's built on the principle of contextual encoding, the idea that your brain remembers stories, not bullet points. Instead of fighting to remember isolated pieces of information, we force your mind to connect them into a memorable, unusual mental movie. How to do it. 1. Gather 10 disconnected items. Pick 10 random words, for example, clock, elephant, pizza, mountain, feather, rocket, goldfish, phone, key. Dance to. Weave a strange narrative. Create a vivid, emotional, and bizarre story linking all 10 words in sequence. Example: a clock melted on the back of an elephant who was eating a pizza on top of a mountain. The feather he sneezed out hit a rocket and startled a goldfish that was trying to call its mother on a tiny phone. The goldfish was so upset, it dropped its house key and started to dance. 3. Active recall. Repeat that absurd story twice. Now, close your eyes and retrieve all 10 items in order. The power. Your brain adores novelty and emotion. By using silly, exaggerated imagery, You engage both the logical and creative halves of your mind, permanently locking the data. Use this to nail presentations, remember names, or conquer vocabulary lists. Exercise 2. Speak it out loud what it is. The most powerful, yet neglected, memory tool is your own voice. Most people rely on passive memory reading or listening. Real, long-term memory is active. It's about retrieving and projecting information. Speaking information out loud builds for separate memory pathways simultaneously. How to do it. 1. Select your target. Choose a quote, a definition, a new phrase, or a rule you want to master. Point 2. Perform the data. Don't whisper. Speak the information out loud like you are teaching it, acting it out, or delivering a powerful speech. Add emotion. Use rhythm, use volume, use clarity. 3. Example. If you're learning the word diligence, don't just write it. Say, diligence. Strong voice. It means careful and persistent effort. Rhythmic voice. I applied diligence to this memory training. Personalized, emotional voice. The power. When you speak, you engage your eyes, mouth, ears, and brain. Your auditory, motor, and emotional memory systems fire together, making the data 3 times stickier. Your mind trusts your voice more than your notebook. Exercise 3. Night Review 3-2-1. What it is. This is your nightly mental cleanup. Most people end the day and forget 90% of it. They live on mental autopilot. This exercise forces your brain to be alert and accountable by performing a conscious data retrieval and sorting process. How to do it. Every night, just before sleep, ask your brain these 3 questions. Speak them out loud or write them down. 1. 3 insights I gained today. Facts. Ideas, lessons. Something new you learned. 2. 2 core emotions I felt. Identify the strongest feelings, for example, frustration, clarity, pride, anxiety. Point 3. 1 small detail I almost missed, an observation, a background sound, a comment from a friend, the placement of a lost item. The power. Your brain will start paying closer attention during the day because it knows it will be tested later. This simple protocol builds emotional intelligence, detailed memory, and observational acuity in just 3 minutes. Exercise 4. Picture perfect recall. What it is. Your memory lives in the details, not the big picture. This drill sharpens your visual memory and attention span, turning your brain into a high-resolution camera. This is essential for remembering faces, finding objects, and reading faster. How to do it. 1. Choose a scene. Pick a crowded place, like your desk, a bookshelf, or a corner of your kitchen. 2. The 45-second scan. Look at the scene with intense focus for exactly 45 seconds. Don't look at objects. Look at the relationship between them. For example, the red pen is next to the chipped cup, which is under the short lamp. Point 3. The blind recall. Close your eyes or turn away. Now, narrate or write down every minute detail you can remember. 4. The accuracy check. Compare your list to the actual scene. How many details did you miss? The power. You are building the habit of seeing the world with intention. You are forcing your brain to store specific data, not just vague shapes. This mental alertness makes you look sharper, feel more present, and significantly improves spatial memory. Exercise 5. Walk backwards. Memory. What it is. This is a powerful mind-body synchronization workout. Research proves that when you engage your body in an unusual, non-habitual movement, you disrupt mental autopilot and activate the parts of your brain responsible for balance, focus, and short-term memory. How to do it. 1. Find a list. Memorize a short list of 5 to 7 items, words, tasks, names. Read it once and put it away. 2. Walk and retrieve. Find a safe, obstacle-free space. Begin walking backward very slowly and deliberately. 3. Step-by-step recall. With each reverse step you take, retrieve and state one item from your list out loud. Then try to recall the list in reverse order while still walking backward. The power. Your brain cannot rely on learned pathways. It must become 100% present to manage balance and recall data simultaneously. This dual challenge rapidly builds neuroplasticity, boosts your focus under pressure, and clears mental fog. Exercise 6. Teach it to a child what it is. The master key to long-term memory. If you can't teach it, you never truly learned it. This drill forces your brain to organize, simplify, and retrieve information with confidence. Memory is locked down through explanation. How to do it. 1. Learn something new. A complex topic. A difficult rule. A method. Or a philosophy. 2. Find your audience. This can be a friend, a mirror, a pet, or a camera. 3. The 60-second lecture. Explain the concept from memory, using only the simplest language. Break down the complicated parts into digestible steps. Don't just state the facts. Explain the logic behind them. The power. When you teach, your brain is forced to retrieve, reorganize, and articulate the data. This process activates the social, logical, and verbal memory centers. You are not just storing the data. You are hardwiring it into a usable format, making you a clearer thinker and a more confident communicator. Exercise 7. Repeat what you hear, what it is. This exercise trains your auditory memory, the skill of remembering everything you hear. In a world full of noise, most people are terrible listeners. This drill converts passive listening into active retention. How to do it. 1. Select a short audio clip, a 45-second clip from a podcast, a documentary, or a video with no subtitles. 2. Listen with full attention. Listen once, without writing anything down. 3. The echo. Pause the clip. Now, immediately try to repeat everything you just heard in your own words out loud. Focus on the core ideas, names, and key phrases. 4. The compare. Play the clip again and check your recall. The power. Every time you force your brain to hold spoken information and then retrieve it, you strengthen the memory loop between your ears and your language center. This is how you stop saying, "Wait, what did you just say?" and become a sharp, present listener in meetings and conversations. Exercise 8. The 60-second blast. What it is. Memory under pressure. Real-life success requires speed, quick thinking in interviews, fast recall in exams, and clarity in sudden conversations. This drill builds mental alertness and speed-based memory, the ability to access data instantly. How to do it. 1. Set your targets. Look at 8 random items on a list or on your desk for exactly 15 seconds. 2. The countdown. Close your eyes. Set a timer for 30 seconds. 3. Sprint. Quickly retrieve and state as many items as possible before the timer runs out. Then try to recall them in reverse or alphabetical order. The power. This exercise forces your brain to compress the encoding time and retrieve data under stress. It teaches your mind to stay calm, organize chaos, and build mental reflexes. You train your brain not just to remember, but to remember fast. Exercise 9. Talk to yourself. Mirror. What it is. More than just a memory technique. This is mental therapy and identity building. The brain needs to process and narrate experiences to store them deeply. This ritual connects your visual, verbal, and emotional memory systems. How to do it. 1. Face yourself. At the end of your day, stand in front of a mirror and look directly into your own eyes. 2. The daily narration. Begin speaking out loud. Narrate your day in order. What was the first task? What was the biggest challenge? What one thing made you laugh? What emotion did you feel most strongly? What did you accomplish? 3. The emotional seal. Finish by stating one thing you forgive yourself for, and one thing you are truly grateful for. The power. You are actively reliving your memories, which locks them into long-term storage. You slow your mind down for reflection, which breeds clarity. This builds self-awareness, emotional resilience, and ensures your day becomes a stored memory, not a forgotten blur. Exercise 10. Note to future you what it is. The most powerful act of mental intention. This drill creates a future-focused memory bridge by teaching your current lessons to your future self. It anchors today's learning to tomorrow's actions. How to do it. 1. Choose one essential lesson. Identify the single most important truth, mistake, or insight you gained today. For example, I need to start my day with water, not my phone. 2. Write or record a message. Open your journal or a voice memo app. 3. Teach tomorrow you. Speak directly to your future self 24 hours from now for 60 seconds. Dear tomorrow me. Today I proved that I remember better when I speak out loud. Don't forget this. Your task is to use the vocal encoding drill 3 times today. Do not settle for silent reading. The power. Your brain stores this message with high emotional and intentional weight. When your future self encounters this anchor, the memory is instantly retrieved and reinforced. This builds self-trust and ensures that the lessons you learn today become the wisdom you use for a lifetime. You stayed until the end. That is the first, most powerful sign of a mind ready for transformation. Most people quit. They look for the easy way out, but you chose the path of effort, discipline, and self-respect. You have not just watched a video, you have downloaded a complete training protocol. You have reminded yourself that your mind is not broken, it is simply untrained. And starting today, that ends. Your memory is your history, your power, and your identity. Protect it, train it. If this video helped you feel sharper, clearer, or gave you a renewed sense of mental control, then I demand you do one final thing. Subscribe now. Not for the algorithm, not for me, but as a public declaration that you are serious about your mental evolution. Hit the subscribe button and tell me in the comments which of the 10 exercises the clarity, mirror, or the association weaver you will integrate into your routine starting tonight. This is not the end. It's the beginning of your absolute mental mastery. Thank you for training. We will meet again, stronger, sharper, and better.